It should probably go without saying that programs like food stamps and other social welfare programs that take care of those less well off help to cut poverty. That is their point, and it's clearly their effect. But it turns out that they're actually far more effective at doing it than we had previously thought when you measure it in the right way. So let's bring up this chart. It's going to show you two different ways of measuring the effect on reductions in poverty. This is survey data is in the lighter blue, and then an actual look at the hard administrative data in terms of who is actually on these programs. So it turns out when you survey people, you get an inaccurate view of how many people are taking part in these programs. And that's why you might have thought that, for instance, deep poverty was cut by 2.5% in that first poll. Turns out it's actually significantly higher. And when you go to something like near poverty, people who were actually a little bit above the poverty line, it's significantly higher. Let's bring up that chart one more time so you can see the difference. These are people that are below 150% of the poverty line. It looks like these programs, according to survey data, have cut the poverty rate by 1%. They've actually cut it by more than 4 times as much. And overall, specifically in New York, from 2008 to 2011, the average poverty rate before taking these programs into account was 13.6%. So this is pre-SNAP and TANF and all that. According to the survey data, it dropped that down to 10.8%, which affects the lives of tens of thousands of people at the very least.
But according to the real data,
it's actually dropped down to a little bit over 8%. So it had twice the impact as what we previously thought. And this is the program. By the way, food stamps is one of the biggest things we're talking about here. Didn't we cut that by $10 billion at the federal level just a year or two ago? What good was it doing? Only twice as much good as we thought. And by the way, overall, I'm just going to give you a broad brush thing. So 2 researchers, Meyer and James X. Sullivan, they measured poverty by looking at how much people reported consuming as opposed to how much they reported earning. So a measure of how much new money they have to then spend, which also stimulates the economy. Measured thusly, it fell from over 30% in 1960 to just 4.5% in 2010. So you're talking a little bit pre-Great Society programs to just a few years ago. Massive cuts in the poverty level. And that should be a time for celebration in America, that we were able to do this.
Again, these are Democrats not able to use data or not able to message, not able to communicate ideas to people.
Yeah.
And it's because they're bought by their donors. But here's a stat that's not included in this, but I know from memory that, so when they instituted Medicare, so when you retired, you were screwed. You didn't have health care.
Yeah.
So 33% of senior citizens used to live in poverty mostly because of health care.
Healthcare costs, yeah.
Then they passed Medicare. In 10 years, the senior poverty rate went from 33% to 11%. That's just from Medicare in 10 years. Okay, so that's off. I might be a little off on those numbers because I'm doing it from memory, and I was trying to look it up, but our internet is out.
It sucks.
Right now.
Yeah.
So that's
our megabits has dropped from 30 to just 11 now.
And no one brings Democrats never bring that up. When was the last time Barack Obama mentioned FDR? When was the last time Hillary Clinton mentioned FDR? Never. They never bring up the most successful Democratic president in the history of our country. They never bring him up. Why is that? Because their donors don't want them to bring him up. That's not what their donors want. And that's what's wrong with the Democratic Party, which is why Bernie Sanders is running, which is why I keep asking people who are prominent liberals, why are you supporting Hillary Clinton, except for the reason that you think she can win?
Yeah.
Again, keep that in mind. Medicare reduced senior poverty from 33% to 11%. That's a successful social program. And again, we have the money. We have the money to give education and health care and food to all our people. We have enough money to give jobs to all our people. We have the money. We just don't want to spend it in the ways that are helpful to our society as a whole, because we have a handful of people who are running the government, and like 2 of them are from Wall Street, 2 of them are from General Electric, and the other one works for Boeing. Okay, and that's it, and that's who's running the country.
Yeah. That is true.
We got the money, Johnny.
We do have the money.
We're the richest country that the face of the earth has ever seen. We have an economy twice the size of China. Still, today, we got the goddamn money. Germany, you can get free health care. Everybody goes to college for free, strongest unions, and they work less hours than the French, and they have the strongest economy in fucking Europe.
Less than the French.
So it can... It's possible. It can be done. It can be easily done here in America. They just budgeted in $30 billion for more bombs in Syria, which are going to do zilch to help our country or to help anybody. It's just going to create. So they always
help ISIS recruit, probably. I would imagine
$30 billion. They're just going to throw out the fucking window next year.
Yeah.
For $60 billion, you can send everybody in the country to college for free. You don't think we have the money? We have the goddamn money.
It's amazing to me that
we don't have leaders.
Almost every difference we have between ourselves now as workers and peasants in England 300 years ago, we have almost all of those because of the left.
Yes.
Little things like weekends.
Right.
Or overtime, or an 8-hour workday, or the fact that your kids at 3 aren't necessarily going to be working in a coal mine. I mean, you could make a list a mile long of the obvious things everybody takes for granted now. You got them because of the left. In a lot of cases, you got them because of unions as well. But union workers who were politically left. But for some reason, we don't say those things. And then people forget where they came from. Social Security, it's old. I don't know who gave it to me. Medicare, Medicaid, who the fuck knows? I know it's a good program. I love it. Don't cut it. Who the hell knows who gave it to me? And it allows Republicans to then paint Democrats as the ones who want to cut it, which is also made easier by the fact that they're also right. They do want to cut it in a lot of cases, especially Barack Obama. But instead, you should be protecting those programs, seeking to expand them where possible, like Bernie Sanders wants to do with Medicare for all. That's what you should be doing. As you say, use that legacy of successes in the past to build future successes in the future.
They will not mention FDR.
Successes in the past.
They will not mention LBJ. They don't mention LBJ. Yeah. They don't mention that LBJ was the one who passed civil rights legislation.
Yeah.
They don't mention the fact that he gave us that he gave us Medicare. They don't talk about that because the narrative in the mainstream news media is that the Great Society was a failure. Look, we still have poverty. Well, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Well,
why not have 3 times as much of it?
So let's get rid of it. Well, we still have wars, so I guess we should get rid of the Defense Department.